This is my P&L graph since I started trading my buy low, sell high strategy on SPY. Just a handful of months of working really, really well, followed by a hard lesson. But if you look here over the last month, month and a half-ish, we've been able to recover relatively nicely. We didn't let this just continue capitulating against us. We learned a lesson, we moved on from it, and we become a better trader because of it. And I think that is very, very important. When you start trading a strategy, you probably don't know everything about it yet. You're probably going to be taught a lesson at some stage, but can you then turn it around? Can you then not blow your account? That is when most people blow their accounts. This becomes capitulation, and all of a sudden, your account is gone. You start panic trading, not trading your plan. So today, I want to talk about not just the mechanics of how I updated the strategy in order to pull out of this. There was a little bit of a mechanical change, not much, but more so the psychology of how you come out of this, because, well, 69% of all statistics are made up on the spot, but I would say that trading really is 90% psychology. Understanding how you need to be thinking about trading is so important. So we are going to cover a little bit of the mechanics of how the strategy was changed in order to turn this around, but more so focused on the psychology of how to recover from a big loss like this, and things that I have learned in my process of beginning my recovery from this loss. So hopefully you're excited for it. Hopefully you're ready to learn something. Hit like if you are. Hit the red subscribe button if you're new, and let's get into it. You want to hear a stupid hot take that I have? I think most people take trading too seriously. It's not that you shouldn't be fully focused on your trades and stuff. That's not exactly what I mean, but like, people take it so seriously. They put too much pressure on every trade. Oh my god, this trade has to win. This trade has to win. Like, you trade poorly when you put that much pressure on your trades. Like, just trade your setup. You can't control the outcome. All you can do is enter and exit where you're supposed to. You have no control over the outcome. If you get in and out where you're supposed to, it was a good trade. That's it. Take the pressure off the trade, right? Or it's going to affect your trade. I do think people take trading too seriously. I feel like that's a stupid thing to say out loud, but like, hopefully it makes sense. I mean, we're conditioned to think like that, right? That's how, especially Americans, Americans are very conditioned to only care about like the outcome of things, not to like enjoy the process, or to to, as long as you did what you planned, like focus on your plan. Like, we're very outcome oriented, like, and that translates to a lot of people's trading. Most if not almost all people's trading, like, and that's why they put too much pressure on the outcome. You don't have any control, man. You don't have any control over the outcome of a trade. All you have control over is the expected value of your entrances and exits, which you determined via backtesting and journaling, and then you trade them. That's it. If you lose money, you still took a good trade. If you made money, good. If you made money but you broke your rules, that's a bad trade. If you lose money but you followed your rules, that's a good trade. Like, it's not overly complicated. Like, what happened to trust the system? This is the system. It's a new part of the system, Hanker. Since June 6th, when I added this MA line, I also added, only trade the trend of SPY. It is part of the system now. I just, the system has changed a little bit, Hanker. Since I got my shit pushed in here, I mean, look, I don't hide from this, right? I don't hide from the fact that I got worked here. Hold on, let me bring up the tags. Once again, I mean, what did I talk about earlier? I mean, I'm fully transparent with you guys. I do not hide the fact that I got fucking worked. Let me just put up 90 days. The strategy was going really, really well. I mean, nothing but just nice, just so nice. I mean, we were just making money, but that's when SPY was doing this, right? I mean, all we had to do was short the spike on SPY, short the spike on SPY, short the spike on SPY. It was easy. We made a bunch of money. This I mean, we then gave it all up and then some, was from just this move here. This up move here, what did we keep doing? We kept trying to short the spike, right? Short the spike, short the spike, short the spike, short the spike, short the spike. But SPY was in a micro uptrend, so we got wrecked. Like, we got our shit pushed in. So, what do? We don't just cry, oh, woe is me, oh my God. You know, we that's why you journal, and you learn from that, and, you know, we've since improved the strategy. We went from down 356 to up 132. Now we're up a little over $500 since we've adjusted the strategy, right? Which is nice. And now on smaller share size, because we lowered the share size again too. But yeah, we were like, damn, that sucked. But, you know, we journaled, we learned, we adapted, and we're doing good again, you know? I know I got my shit pushed in, and I don't hide from it. I don't go like, oh, yeah, like, I got my shit pushed in. It wasn't fucking fun. Journal, learn, change, adapt. Here we go. You know, let's see. I've been trading this system. At this point, I had been trading this system for 3.5 months. 3.5 months of trading a system might as well be one day. That's no time at all. Like, I plan to use and adapt this system, I mean, for the rest of my trading career. I'll be looking back in 15 years on how I traded this system. 3.5 months, we learned our first lesson. Damn, that sucked. Okay, let's adapt, improve. Let's improve the system, you know? Like, I'm not going to be like, you can't sit around and woe is me. You've been trading your system for 3 months. You probably don't know everything about it yet. It's like, you probably still have a couple lessons to learn about it, right? The fact you're able to turn this around is incredible. Most people tilt in revenge trade. Yeah. I mean, this is a big psychology. You know, I try to help teach now, right? This is why we journal. We don't freak out. I've been trading the system for 3 months. It was working. We got taught a lesson. Okay, good. We learned a lesson. Let's take that. Let's improve, and let's see. Let's see from here, right? I mean, for all I know, we're going to get taught another lesson in a couple months. If we do, learn from it, adapt the strategy, overcome again. Like, what did you adjust? I added the MA so that the MA keeps me out of shorting. So before I didn't have this MA, I just shorted when the price broke above levels. But that worked because SPY was just going down. It just worked. I mean, it just short. It just worked. But once again, once the trend changed slightly, we got caught shorting into too strong of spikes. So now we added the MA to keep us out of that. And we've added the fact that the human kind of read of the trend. SPY is an uptrend. We don't take this short. Even though I was supposed to short here, we don't take it because SPY is an uptrend. You know, we've added kind of the eye test too, right? The human eye test, you know, what's the trend look like on the daily? Should you be taking this trade this direction? Because if I would have just that one simple thing, I should have looked at SPY here and gone, okay, you know what? It's been pretty strong the last couple of days. Maybe I should stop trying to short every spike. But at the time, I didn't do that. And the funny thing about this too, well, it's not funny, but one of the issues with this too that's not built in, that you can't see, is that during this period that I made $2,000, the system actually made about $8,000 to $9,000. It was somewhere between $8,000 and $9,000 that the system actually made here. I left a huge profit gap on the table by not taking the trades that I was supposed to take too while it was winning. Like, the system, even after this pullback, the system was still very profitable because the system had an $8,000 cushion built in. When it lost $2,000, it was like, oh, okay, natural pullback. But I didn't take enough advantage when it was green. That's another lesson that I learned. Take enough advantage when it was working, hammer it out hard enough when it was working, when it was hot, to be able to withstand a natural drawdown like this. So that's another lesson that I've learned from this that maybe you can't see from just this chart. So yeah, when I learn lessons, when I get, when the market smacks me in the face, I try to push those lessons onto you guys. So maybe you don't have to have a P&L graph that looks like this. The eye test is the key. Yeah. I mean, it's helped me so far, right? It's helped me so far. My P&L chart looks the same, except it never turned around after I blew my first one. Oh, trust me. I mean, I'd been trading for 6.5 years going into this. This is not my first account, right? I've had accounts where like I made a little bit of money and then I gave it all up and blew the accounts. That's happened to me. This was 6.5 years of trading before I got to this. I've had a lot of conditioning and a lot of learning and a lot of, learning trading psychology before we got into that. Like, trust me, I've gone through bad swings too. Like, that's what I did when I started trading too. Use a great resource. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably why I'm making content, just because of all that content I watched. And it taught me so much. Probably my, motivation to make content of my own. I feel like now I can help people, especially with like the psychology of trading. That's why I'm posting Mark Douglas's seminar. I have a video out in 12 minutes, the next part of Mark Douglas's seminar. It's all about trading psychology. That's really, really the most important part of trading. And yet it's the part that like most people skimp out on and like don't worry about. But I promise you learn the psychology, like how you should think about trading. You will trade better than the person that studies chart setups. I promise you will. Learn how you should, like how to have the correct mindset about trading is way more profitable than studying chart setups for years.